as you guys know, this has been one of the weirdest college basketball seasons up to this point so far. And a lot of teams have struggled, a lot of COVID affected this season, and a lot of stuff has happened. And it's just been a fun / entertaining / weird season to watch as a fan of college basketball. And of course, the AP Top 25 rankings came out again, and it's just shocking to see. And here's why. Let's just get right into the point. Kansas now falls out of the top 25. They were ranked 23 last week. They are now out of the top 25. One of the two teams that fall out of the top 25 this week because they've struggled. They're 2-6 in their last. What is it? Is it their last? 2-6 in the last 8 games, and it's weird seeing this Kansas team that's been pretty good, normally pretty good all season, struggle so much to win games, and they're not pulling out games on the stretch which they should be pulling out. Them and UCLA fall out of the top 25, and you have Bill Self, you have talent, you have supposedly a good big man in McCormick trying to fill out the boogie shoes. You have Marcus Garrett. You have Ochai Agbaji, but they're just not pulling out these wins, and they're getting blown out some games here and there to not great teams. And the only game they've won in the last couple of weeks is TCU, who's not a good team at all. And it's just weird seeing Kansas, who's never been unranked in the last 25 years, or something crazy like that, finally falls unranked for the first time in forever, showing that anything can happen in college basketball. And just the same thing goes for Duke, North Carolina, and Kentucky. And here's where it gets even crazier. There's never been a time where all 4 of these teams have ever been unranked. Imagine at the same time, Duke, UNC, Kentucky, and North Carolina are unranked. You'd call me crazy. You'd never ever believe that. Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, and Kansas unranked. The 4 biggest basketball schools. Maybe you can throw in Gonzaga or Michigan State. But Michigan State is unranked too. So 5 of the big basketball schools are unranked. Yes, Gonzaga is number 1. They are playing absolutely great basketball because they are Gonzaga. They have a very, very good roster over there. But I'm just going to be going over what's going wrong. Like, what is happening to these 4 big, giant basketball schools, and why aren't they doing good? And, I mean, some of them might not even make the tournament. Honestly, Kansas is looking good, or is looking okay. Like, this hurts, but they're still going to be making the tournament. They have a pretty easy schedule coming up after tonight's game against Oklahoma State, a very good Oklahoma State team. They play tonight at 6 o'clock. This will be a test for Kansas and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, did they end up getting ranked this week? No, they did not end up getting ranked, but they are on the verge of being ranked. And I've seen in fan polls, people have them ranked because of Cade Cunningham and what they're doing over there. Who's their other guy? Oh man, is it Akili? I think that's his name. They've been playing really good, and Rondell Walker. I mean, they just have a really good team. So this will be a test for Kansas and Oklahoma State. Can Cade Cunningham pull this big win? And can Kansas get back on track? Because they are 2-6 in their last 8. They are 6-5 in conference play. It's 12-7 overall. And they're just losing ground to everyone. Baylor is now 4 games ahead of them at 9-0. West Virginia is now 3 games ahead of them, or 2 games ahead of them. Oklahoma's a game ahead of them. Texas Tech is a game ahead of them. Texas Longhorns are half a game ahead of them. I mean, and now Oklahoma State is right on their tail, a half game back. If they win this game, they will most likely pass, or they will pass them in the standings. And Kansas needs to make a jump. And I think if they don't win this Big 12, they still have a shot at making the tournament. But it will really help them if they win the Big 12, because Baylor will most likely be a 1 seed. If you can upset Baylor, then you can get right back in there as an elite top dog in this conference. So I think Kansas has the easier path than the other teams to still make this Final Four. There's just still Kansas really needs to step it up. Like they haven't been that all year. Now let's just talk about Kentucky. I mean, I'm not sure what is up with Kentucky. You have tons of freshmen. You have tons of freshman talent. You have Brandon Boston Jr. from Sierra Canyon. Played with Brian James. He was the best player. He was pretty overhyped, in my opinion. Now he's overrated. He hasn't played great basketball. And, I mean, he's struggled a lot. He has shot the ball so inefficiently. He cannot shoot the 3 ball at all. He's overhyped. He went from a lottery pick to, in my opinion, he's probably now a second-round pick. He has struggled that badly. He's shooting the ball 30% from the entire field. I guess he's averaging 14 points a game, but that's still not great. He's playing a lot of minutes. He doesn't have any defense either. So he's hurting on the defense of the ball, and he's very inefficient on offense. That's just not a recipe for success. You also have Terrence Clark, who's been okay, 10 points a game, and he struggled as well. And you need him to give you better protection as well. And Davion Mintz, Devin Askew, they also need to step up their play. A couple of these veteran guys as well. They just need to play. They just need to get this team going, and they're 5-12, which is they're not going to make this tournament if they don't win this SEC. That's what it's looking like. Unless they go on a crazy win streak and they win out, basically. They probably will not. They've lost 3 in a row. They probably will not. They lost to Auburn. They lost to... who else did those two? They lost to a couple other teams, too. They probably will not win this... or make this tournament if they don't win the SEC. Wait. Yeah, SEC, I think. Are they in the SEC? Yeah, they're in the SEC. What am I talking about? Yeah, they're in the SEC. Duke is in the ACC, my bad. If they don't win this SEC, and they really got to turn it around really badly because they've just struggled so much. When you have John Calipari and a lot of freshman talent, you should not be 5-12 and 5 games back in this SEC. Because you're 4-6, Alabama's 10-1, so you really need a giant turnaround to even win this thing, and it's not going to happen. So you're going to have to go out here and win this tournament. You're 10th in the SEC. You're 4-6 overall. Mississippi State's ahead of you. Ole Miss is ahead of you. Georgia's ahead of you. LSU's ahead of you. It's just weird that you struggle so much with this talent and this coach and this everything about this team that's always been greatness, and they don't have it this year. So I just don't understand what's happening there. They really got to turn it around starting right now. If they want any shot at making this tournament, and most likely it'll have to come through winning this SEC, which I do not think will happen. I do not think it will happen whatsoever. And moving on, we have North Carolina. They've turned it around a little bit. They're now 12-6. They're 7-4 in the ACC standings. They're only 2 games back from Virginia, who's 9-1. So they're actually right there. I think that they could have actually ended up being ranked this week. I think they are on the verge of definitely being in if they don't win this tournament. And I think they still could definitely win this tournament or win the SEC tournament. I mean, you don't have a terrible team. Caleb Love has been playing pretty well. I mean, Armando Bacot got 12 points a game. Garrison Brooks has played well. You just have a lot of, you don't have many super young guys, but you just have a really well-rounded team. And you started off struggling quite a bit, but you definitely can turn it around. You get a big game against Miami, who's been playing pretty well. Isaiah Wong hit a game tire, or thought it was a game winner, and ended up losing overtime in that game. But you really got to start turning around these games a lot. And you got to win this one tonight. And you lost to Duke. Wait, no, you beat Duke. Which helped put you back on top a little bit. Duke falls to below 500. And you're there. You're just not there yet. Now, I think if you really step it up and you win a couple in a row here, and you get to that 15-6 mark, you'll be ranked. Maybe Virginia loses a couple here and there, and you beat Virginia. Then you're right there at the top of this conference. And you could definitely, without winning this ACC, you could still make the tournament. Now, winning the ACC would give you a great path. It would make you probably a top 4 seed, of course. But they're going to have to really turn around their play. They're getting there. They're getting back to UNC basketball like we know they can do. Because if last week Kansas was ranked, then this team is on the verge of being ranked. And then finally, where are they? Oh, man, where are they? Duke. We have Duke. Oh, what's up with Duke? I don't know. I never thought Coach K team would be 7-7 and they'd be struggling so much in ACC standings. Yeah, they're only technically 4 games back. Just like North Carolina's 7-4, they're 5-5. Virginia, I guess Virginia's 9-1. They're only considered 4 games back. They're 8th in this conference. Pittsburgh's ahead of them. Clemson's ahead of them. Georgia Tech's ahead of them. A lot of these weird, not even basketball schools, football schools, you guys could call them, are ahead of this Duke team, coached by Coach K. And you don't have a bad. I mean, this Duke team has a lot of potential. They got some young players. They have Jalen Johnson, who's been playing well. Wendell Moore, who's struggled quite a bit. Actually struggled a lot, if you ask me, 20% from the field. You have Jalen Johnson, the other rookie. Matthew Hurt's been playing great basketball. He's been balling out, but he just doesn't have that much help from these other guys. DJ Stewart's playing okay, but Jalen Johnson's got to turn it around. So does Wendell Moore. Jeremy Roach, Jalen Brackerfield, Jordan Goldwire. They just really got to step up. And you have a Coach K-led team with a lot of talent. They should be better than 7-7, and you should step it up and turn it around. But you got a tough schedule ahead of you, and for you, you're going to have to find a way to turn this season into something positive and maybe end up actually winning this ACC, because if you don't win maybe like go 7-3 in your last 10. You're really gonna have to win this ACC if you want any chance to make the tournament. And if their Coach K team doesn't make the tournament, that would be crazy. That would be shocking news. And this was just I just want to make this video because this is the first time ever that these teams all four of these teams have been out of the AP Top 25 at the same time, and Kansas has not been out in a very, very long time. And also another team you can touch on is Michigan State. They're usually a good basketball school. They're 9-7. They're 5 games back in the Big Ten. Ohio State and Michigan and Illinois are killing the game over there. So is Wisconsin. This is a really, really good Big Ten conference. I can't really fault them, but you're still nearly at the bottom, 3-7 in Big Ten play. You struggled so much. You've lost 2 straight to Ohio State and a different team. You're 9-7 overall. You had good conference play, but you struggled so badly. You were 6-0 non-conference play, now you're 3-7 conference play. That just shows how good this conference is and how struggling this Michigan State team is. I'm not gonna go too in depth on Michigan State because I don't really watch a lot of Michigan State basketball. If you guys really wanted me to, I'm sorry, but they're not a very exciting team this year. I did watch them against Ohio State, and I watched them fail to come back. And then let's just touch on some other rankings just in this week because we're talking about the rankings basically. Speaking of Ohio State, they did jump up to number 4. They're 7-1 in their past 8 games. Huge wins over Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin. I mean, they're just playing really, really good basketball. And they definitely deserve to be the top 4. Of course, Gonzaga and Baylor, they're perfect records. And then Michigan State's at number 3, 8-1 in their last 10 because they did miss a couple games because of COVID. They're playing great basketball, balling out, of course. Illinois stepping it up, number 5 now. They've had some huge wins down the stretch over Wisconsin. And their 4-game win streak, they beat Wisconsin. They beat, who else did they beat? Texas? Was it Texas? No, it couldn't have been Texas, but they beat a different good team, and they're just really, 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 really playing good basketball. This Illinois team with Kofi Cockburn and Ayo Dosunmu, they're just playing really, really good basketball. They've stepped it up so bigly in this year. And then Villanova, I guess you can call them a big basketball school too. Of course, they're still really good. They beat St. John's a couple days ago, and then they're number 6 ranked. That's okay. Their record overall is 12-2. Houston 16-2. They've played a lot of games. They're 9-1 in their past 10. They've beat some teams. They had to lose to East Carolina, but they're 6-1 in their first 2 quadrants. Okay, yeah, 16-2 overall. They're winning a lot of their conference games. That's fine. Missouri at number 8. That's okay. Alabama has dropped a couple games in a row. They lost to Western Kentucky, which was a really weird loss. They're 15-5. They're 10. Yeah, okay. They've struggled a bit. They're number 9. Iowa's lost a couple in a row as well. They're still at 10. I think I would have dropped them a couple more games. And then West Virginia at 11. That's cool. They've had what's the guy's name? Miles McBride's played really good basketball over there. Texas Tech and Matt McClung's played great basketball. They're number 12. Oklahoma's played great, number 13. Texas has dropped a lot. They're 1-4 in their past 5 3-game skid. I think they should be lower than 14. Virginia's playing great basketball, leading that ACC 9-1. Yeah, they did lose to Gonzaga like a while ago, but that was their last loss. And then Florida State at 16. That's cool. Virginia Tech 3-1. They're number 17. Oh, is that who Illinois beat? Was it Virginia Tech? Yeah, I think it might have been Virginia Tech who's Illinois beat. And then USC, Evan Mobley, he got them ranked 15-3 overall. They're leading this Pac-12. They beat UCLA, who was originally leading the Pac-12. They beat Stanford. And, and UCLA now drops, and they're the highest-ranked Pac-12 team. USC, led by Evan Mobley, and what's the guard's name? Oh, what's the guard's name? Really, really good guard. I think he's leading the Pac-12 in scoring. Oh, my goodness, what am I... I gotta look him up. Oh, man. USC guard.
These are the listed guards for USC.
Huh. Well, never mind. I think I'm thinking of Stanford with the guy with 3 names. I can't remember his name either. But I'm really dumb. I guess I messed that one up. De Silva, that's what I'm thinking of. Oscar De Silva, yeah. But yeah, they have Tosh Edey as their main guard, McKay Anderson, and Ethan Anderson. Yeah, he's led by Evan Mobley, and then Isaiah Mobley, his brother on the bench. It's a really, really good USC team over there, best in the Pac-12. Tennessee 19, yeah, they're 7-4. They beat Kentucky. They lost 4 quadrant 1 defeats. That's okay. Wisconsin is 2-3 in the past 5. They're dropping a lot of games. They're now 8-6 in the first 2 quadrants, and they're 14-6 overall. And they just keep dropping in this Big Ten conference. Teams are catching them. Louisville at 21. I haven't watched much of Louisville. They're looking pretty good. Drake, they're 18-1. They don't really play any good teams. They're the only team besides Baylor, Gonzaga, and Baylor to have that still has a 0 in the loss column, except for the fact that they just lost last night. So that's not true. They're not 18-1. Creighton, 4-1 in his past 5 games, 23. That's okay. Loyola Chicago is there now at 17-3, winning 8 double-digit victories. They've lost 0 outside of the first 2 quadrants. Wow. Rutgers at 25, rounding out the top 25, 7-6 in the last couple games, and they're 11-6 overall. So I just want to make this video because I wanted to update you on all this craziness that's happening in college basketball and why these teams have been so bad. And now you know about the rankings. That'd be it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video. Subscribe, comment, share. Thank you for watching. Peace.